Oh, fair day. Fair day to you. You're here with supplies for Tellinger, I expect. Please don't tell him I was sitting down on the job. Stars, yes. The dig site leader. Look, he's just up the path. Just keep your mouth shut about me.
Ah, at last. You must be here with my supplies. Just put the ink and delicate items in the tent here. You can begin unloading the bulk goods with my assistance. Truly, this is the last time I trust an order to that Bosma. It fits, though. His doing has been one disaster after another. First the spirits, now the supplies. And to top it off, my top scholar and her team are missing. Stars, yes. Derwin and her team are somewhere in the ruins looking for the Malari Mora. They're long overdue. If you're not here with supplies, perhaps you'd go look for them. Best case scenario, they found the Mora. I don't want to think about the worst case. Too many variables. She used to be one of my prize students, very accomplished. She's now a high-ranking member of the Mages Guild, the Master of Incunabula. She oversees the Arcaneum in Skywatch. Incunabula, she oversees research and training, a coveted position. One that most of my students aspire to, but few will obtain. Assisting me, of course. Derwin is a true seeker of knowledge. She may care for her books, but research in the field is her first love. Yes, now that you mention it, Serinque, one of my students, said something about freeing the spirits. She's nowhere near as analytical as Derwin. I think she's down at our forward camp. I'm sure she's fine.
The magical lattice can be disrupted, but the underlying problem room... Fair day. How goes the translations? Wait, you're not one of Tellinger's students? A fair day indeed. I'm studying the spirits that now haunt these ruins. I believe they can be released, sent on to their final reward. Perhaps you'd be willing to help with an experiment. Take this crystal. I've etched a series of micro-runes onto its surface. Weaken the spirit's hold on the physical world, and then focus your will. That should sever the spirit's hold on Nirn. Allow it to pass into Aetherius. My talents do not lie in the brute application of spell power. Otherwise I would be at your side. Field experimentation is fascinating. You've lifted my curse. I'm free to seek my rest.
Curse. It's gone. I owe you my freedom. Thank you.
Can it be? Free from the curse of the Malari Mora!
Well? You're not dead. That makes you my new friend. Thank the stars for that, old man. Canny is hurt, and some of my team members have been taken. We need to get her back to camp. Now that you're here, we can make a break for it. Some of the spirits appeared, grabbed my researchers, and then vanished. We need to get into the Undercroft. It's the only place I can think they'd be. Perhaps we were out there looking for runes. Combined, these runes form a key. We only need 2 more. Take a look, and I'll meet you at the entrance of Esduine's Undercroft.
Malari Mora no longer binds me. Thank you.
I thought this my spiritual grave. Thank you for giving me freedom.
Can it be? You've undone my curse. I thank you, brave one.
The Malari Mora no longer binds me here. Free of the curse.
What's this? The curse is gone! My freedom has returned!
The curse is gone. Finally, I am at peace.
A weight has been lifted, and peace will be mine. Thank you.
Traveler, I must speak with you. Meet me at the vault entrance on the ruin's edge. I felt the curse drawn back to these ruins, just as I felt your touch release them back to Aetherius. I am Quaronadil, once a member of the proud Dur family, now lashed to the face of Nirn by shame. I had the misfortune to call Asanyon Dur my brother. Esduin was home to many powerful mages when I walked beneath the sky. Within this vault, lies a magical lattice very similar in function to the crystal you now hold. Only much, much more powerful. Just so. There is one obstacle to overcome. A puzzle that defends the ancient mage's spellwork. 13 tiles surround a chest within. The correct 4 must be activated to access the lattice. Knowing the mage, I only have my best guess. The tiles represent the great constellations. He held the guardian constellations in high regard. The mage, the thief, and the warrior. Good luck, traveler. The lattice may be the last hope for the fallen. The shame Asanyan brought to my line grounds me to Nirn. I have hoped for centuries to somehow undo his folly. No. I saw the growing madness within my brother and had to act. I spoke with the guard of Skywatch, but not in time to save the targets of his zealotry. And not in time to stop the slaughter of every soul in Esduin. You don't understand. I stood beside my brother for months as the cult grew here. I could have ended his madness at any time. Instead, like a coward, I stayed my hand. Behold the cost.
Fascinating.
Indeed.
You've returned, and with the spell lattice? He came to me and spoke to me about my crystal. When he told me you were retrieving the lattice, I found my courage and followed Quaron out here. You still have the micro-etched crystal I gave you? This lattice is an elegant extension of the principles the crystal uses. By enmeshing it within the lattice, it will amplify the power of the crystal. It will free these spirits of the Malari Mora's curse. Wish me luck.
Look, it's working. Almost there. You did it! I can feel it!
Incredible! Did you see that? Unfortunate that the crystal lattice was destroyed in the process, but it served its purpose well. Yes, can't you feel it? The spirits still remain, but in time they will learn they are free to move on.
While many of the spirits linger, they will slowly dissipate. It will take a while for the reality to sink in.
I made a bet with Huntherin on the way back to camp. Did you find the runes? That Mer owes me 5 gold. You've done well. Just a moment, and I'll assemble the key. I hope so. If they're not worth thinking about right now. This will be quick. There. It's done. Let's go. Now to find the others. Meldil! Thank Ariel he's still alive. Meldil, have you seen the others?
I tried to stop him. I couldn't help them. Urikanta. He's here. He's tracked the others. He's using their souls to form the gate. You have to stop him. The gate opens onto a shard of Aetherius. Without the soul-binding rituals, the gate will close. He was one of us, one of Tellinger's students. Tellinger cast him out. Urikanta is here. He's the cause behind all of this. The gate opens onto a shard of Aetherius. Without the soul-binding rituals, I tried to... Urikanta. The gate opens. Take my amulet. It should let you see, touch Aetherius. You'll have to make a decision. Break the bindings, or kill the students. Just beware the thirsters. The overlay with Aetherius has allowed powerful spirits into the Undercroft. They're what brought us down here in the first place. Be careful. If one gets a hold of you, you could get pulled in yourself.
I'm going to tend to Meldil. We'll move to the room just behind me. We should be safer in there. Of course, but speak quickly. It's a name we're all trying to forget. Urikanta is very close. Was very close to me. Tellinger cast him out of the guild, and forbade him to use magic again. He couldn't understand that power has to have limits, that some costs are too high. You can see here what he's willing to do for a taste of power. How long do you have? I'm sorry, this is just not the place for a protracted metaphysical conversation. It may be enough to say that Aetherius is the spirit realm, the land of the dead. I can't begin to guess, not without more information, but the use of the Malari Mora, it may have twisted, broken off a part of the spirit world. If a mage were to gain access to such a place, the power, that sounds like Urikanta. me.
Stars guide you. Is no spell to help you along the way.
Help me. It burns.
A token of my thanks.
Please, make it... My thanks. This spell will cloak you from the spirits.
I'm hurt. Can you help me?
By the light of Auriel, you've returned. You are a capable sort. Stars guard your steps. I'm going to get us out of here. Put a stop to this madness. Find Urikantar and end him.
Tellinger's latest pawn approaches. Hold a moment before we continue the game. The old Mer and I have played the game for some time now. So sad to see another soul caught between us. Of course you have. He can't possibly let me go. Can't possibly let me succeed. It no longer matters. After you're dead and gone, I'll find new vessels, draw forth the power I need from them. And I hadn't planned to be here. I planned to take over from the old Mer and perform the life binding with Derwin. Instead, look at me. This is my last chance for a legacy, to own and control a shard of the Arthur. I wouldn't have it any other way. Come, let's see which of us lives to tell this tale. Malari Mora. The secrets of Aetherius will be mine.
You return. I'm almost afraid to ask, but what news? Remarkable. I'm not easily impressed, but you've done it. And Urikantar disappoints to the bitter end. Such a waste. All that remains is to tend to the wounded, and continue the research. With the Mora in hand and Urikantar dead, Esduin will soon be at peace. I'll see to it.
Oh, Paylith, please. You have to help me. They've got my daughter, my Paylith. The Veiled Heritance. I tracked her here, managed to take out this sentry before he could raise the alarm. But damn it, I'm an old man now. My sword arm is useless. Auriel protect you. Before he died, this bastard told me she's held in some ruins. Take this note, and this elixir of invisibility. The note holds everything I learned from this scum. The elixir's for Paylith. Find her, as quick as you can. A member of the 1st Auridon Marines. I serve under Battle Reeve Ulselmo. I'm currently on leave. My wife passed just recently. The Heritance again! I was assigned to Queen Iren's detail, so my wife went to stay with her sister in Silsalen. The city was sacked, and they were both murdered by these bastards. I've lost enough to the Veiled Heritance. I won't lose my daughter. Please, you have to find her. How would Paylith get out then? I'm a better alchemist than a fighter, as you can see here. Least I know how to make a man talk.
You're an unexpected bend in the river. Not veiled heritance, yes? And obviously not pact. Perhaps we may be of service to one another. Argonians as a people are, yes. But these troops are no friends of mine. I want to teach these pigs a lesson. I help you, you help me. This crystal, take it. The Pact has unloaded arcane cargo all around the cove. Simply touch the crystal to the cargo. The result should be impressive. Careful, the crystal has a bite. Not always so friendly when unattuned. Yes, the crystal may backfire if not properly attuned. I can't. My magicka is bound. I could try, but if I exceed the power the stone allows me, pain, excruciating pain. I see I've chosen another trustworthy ally. Very well. I'll try. A moment. I must prepare the crystal. There. Now for the attunement. Hold still. And it's done. Take it, and good luck.
Get up! Charge!
Good work. Excellent. So now you see, this gem dampens my magicka. The crystal I gave you, along with a bit of spell work, should set me free. I will start the spell. Once I have the crystal weakened, I will tell you to use the crystal I gave you. Using it will be the final boost I need. Then, I shall be free. Ready? This should work. Now, use the crystal on the stone. Well done. Leave these pigs to your slaughter. May they rot. Thank you for your help. Shadowfen awaits.
Get out of here. I won't say another word, so you'd just be wasting your breath. My father. Thank the stars. I'm tired of being a bargaining chip. They captured me to manipulate my brother, Auridon. They had him do a job and then shoved him into a room in the ruins to the north. Bastards. That's my father, always thinking. But I can't. I can't leave without Auridon. Thank you, and good luck.
Yes? Who's there? good. I'm famished. Let's see. I'd like a breast of pheasant, some wine, and a wheel of cheese. Ugh, my sister. It's her fault we're in this mess. The Heritons just wanted some information. No problem. But they insisted on taking Paylith as insurance to make sure I'd behave. Oh, hush. I didn't know they were in league with the Pact. Now you're here meddling too. Fine. My escape won't be enough. I gave them some detailed military intelligence. Will you help me retrieve it?
Do you want that information in the hands of the Pact? No, I didn't think so. I managed to hide one of their uniforms in my cot. Grab it, then we can slip past the soldiers and retrieve the information. Simple.
Meet you outside then. None of these soldiers should recognize. If we see the Centurion, he's another story. That was Iran, with the leader of the Pact force, Rella. Burn up! My blade! Let's get out of here. I need a moment. Hold on. Will you speak with me? Right. Now we can go find my sister. No. She still worships me, appreciates me, not like my old man. If Father were here, he'd lash my hide. Father? Here? Oh, so he's waiting outside the cave then? Right. Right, on the road. Would you mind if I hang back a few after we get out of here? You should go ahead. Tell him how helpful I was before I walk up. I'll just wait here. I'll be along shortly, after I'm certain you've spoken to him.
My daughter is found, and my no-good son as well, from what I hear. What? He? My son is a traitor? He gave deployment plans to the Heritants and the Pact? Did he tell you my wife, his mother, was murdered by the Veiled Heritants? That he's put all of Auridon in danger? More wives and mothers and daughters, just so he can feel important, like a big man?
Look, Father, it's Geronimo.
You! I told you I'd kill you if I ever saw your face again.
No, Father, don't get upset. Please, I never meant to hurt anyone.
You deserve no forgiveness. Law can take you.
Father, no! Please, do something.
This is now official First Auridon Marine business. Your help is no longer required. I have to. This is justice. He's a traitor to the Crown, to his family. He's a traitor to the Crown. He's committed treason, murder, and theft. How do I justify that? Even as his father. It's my duty. No, I have to. I must. My son, my own son. How can I kill my own flesh and blood? Geronimo, what you've done is unforgivable. Fine. Your life is yours. My last act as your father is to spare you. Now leave. Flee, Auridon, and never come back. If I ever see you again, your life is forfeit.
Yes, Father. I understand.
Not another word. Go!
Geronimo!
That man is no longer your brother. Let him go! Could it be I made the wrong choice? A 100 years with the Marines, and never before have I failed in my duty. Until today. I know myself, though. I would have come to regret killing Geronimo. Thank you.